Hello, chat. You're just watching me build the fun zone. Super fun. It is literally the funnest. Literally. It so happens that we're still here at the fun zone. Fun zone. I don't think we're going to be working on this today. I'm not actually sure what we're doing. I would assume... Now, this is an assumption, and I am assuming in 2024, so don't get triggered. I would assume we're going to be working on the computer factory a little bit today. Joe Hills has joined the game. Hello, Joe Hills. Wait, did I just slide off this belt and onto the belt? What was happening there? Whoa, that weird. Weird. Let me try this again. So it looked like I was sliding on the belt and I slid off and I slid back on. No, maybe I never actually slid all the way off the belt. I wasn't really looking at what I was doing. I just kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye. It seemed weird. All right, so if we're going to be going over to the computer factory... I don't remember how to even get there. Is it this way? Is it this way? Do we take the road? Oh, we go over to, I kind of remember. We go over to the rubber and plastic area. So we go like this way. Max hasn't blown away yet, has he? No, even though he's like super fluffy, he's a little weighty. I'm not saying he's fat, but I am saying he is a large male cat, right? So like, even though he's fluffy, he doesn't float away like a cotton ball or something. Need to make a larger fun zone. The speed of the factory carts doesn't match the size of the obstacles, width of paths, etc. I'm going to relay that message to X. I'm going to say that peon_8 said that about fun zone. Yep, that's what's going to happen. It's happening. Yeah, you think your fun zone's fun? Yo, is there coral in this game? Coral! Is that what that is? That looks like coral a little bit. Maybe it's not. Yo, I'm on the outside of this bridge. Woo! This is where we're going, is it not? I hear a Mercer sphere. Where do I hear such things? Let's find out real quick. Not the barrel nut. Over here. Below me. Oh, it's right there. That's why I hear it. Yoink. Is sliding faster than factory carts? I think so. I'm not actually entirely sure, to be completely honest with you. The factory carts are fun, but I don't think they move quite as fast as the player can with the slide jumping. So this isn't where we go. For some reason, I thought it was over here. Apparently, I am mistaken. Oh, Joe is no longer deafened. Let me undeafen. Hello, Joe. What do you know?
Howdy, Hypno. I just learned you can use zip lines to go uphill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's fun.
I put away the grappling hook tool that I was given a long time ago. I just didn't find much use for it. I think with these new power lines, though, it could be more useful, but...
Yeah, for like long distance travel to like right now to get up that huge pillar that I'm building the race course on. It's like, oh, this is the right tool for the job.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember where we set up the computer factory.
Oh, that's out in the desert.
Right.
It is west. Okay, so you are currently north of the canyon that leads to the factory. So you need to go south. You see, there's like a lake south of you there.
Yeah. I'm looking on the map right now. I don't see a lake. Oh, I see the canyon. Okay,
You
and
need
then
to go south to get to the canyon.
I see.
And then head east. Yeah.
So I follow this power line thing, I guess.
Yep. You're doing great. I'm so proud.
Thanks, Joe.
Woo.
Yeah, I've had enough fun with the fun zone stuff, so
I
was thinking I'd actually try and maybe do a little progression today.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Number 7 just
I'm
resubscribed for 50 months.
Crazy
Hi,
downhill
Max.
fun zone thing.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm not sure how I'm not sure how long that's gonna take till I get bored of it, but it's kind of neat and
Hey, as long as you're having fun, that's the important thing, right?
Exactly. That's how you know the zone is working.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of new games today. I played I don't know if you ever played Kingdom 2 Crowns.
Ew.
Nope.
Hey Wells.
Hey Wells.
How's it going?
Pretty
Really
good. How are
well.
you?
Not too bad.
I was just telling Hypno, so because my kid is off school for fall break, we were just playing Kingdom 2 Crowns together. They've got a new Greek-themed DLC, which I think is downloadable something. I don't know. But, yeah, probably. I mean, I'm happy about it. And so, yeah, we've been playing that, which is kind of a kingdom-building game where you have to, like, build tents to get archers, and it's nowhere near this sophisticated. Oh, interesting. So if you start piping uranium somewhere, it'll irradiate the place you pipe it to.
Yes.
Oh, that's good to know.
Wait, you're piping uranium?
Well, it wasn't a good plan, Hypno. I got distracted while I was working on the fun zone and started moving a bunch of uranium to where I was, and then I'm having doubts.
That doesn't sound like a great
No, it was not
situation you're in.
It was not a great situation.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna think real hard about how to fix this.
You should be able to stop piping it.
Yeah.
Like stop. Oh no, because then all the stuff will go into your inventory.
Oh yeah, now it's in my inventory. You are correct. Okay. How do I get it out of my inventory? Drop it?
Drop it. Yeah.
I threw it off a tower.
So
Throw it into the void.
pipe the uranium into an awesome sink, or pipe the stuff that's already stored into an awesome sink.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna have to do.
Uranium, thankfully, you can get rid of. Oh, I see. I'm surrounded by factory carts.
With their sirens on.
Amazing. Fantastic. What was the thing that that you and X were gonna show me that was so incredible that you guys did? I guess on Sunday.
Yeah, that's the fun zone.
Oh, is that what it was?
No, it's not where you're at right now. I mean, it's over in that general area. Yeah, I can come back over there and show you.
Yeah. I can't play for super long today because I got to take my dog to the vet, but I'll be here for a little bit at least.
Alrighty.
Well, we are now sinking a lot of uranium.
Wait, you can sink uranium?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, you can sink uranium. You just can't sink whatever the byproduct is of nuclear fuel rods. It's like I forget what it's called.
But you can just turn it off a cliff into the void.
Theoretically.
I remember, I don't think you can do it anymore, but I remember like one of the things in the early access was people would load up a whole bunch of that stuff on a vehicle and like drive the vehicle off the edge or something.
Yep.
But then I heard that those vehicles don't despawn when they go into the void, so like that was another issue.
Yeah. Now, I mean, really the way that you're supposed to deal with nuclear waste is production lines, because you can eventually convert it into like plutonium, I think, and then that into something else. Like it's a whole process, obviously, but you can actually turn it into something.
Plutonium into thorium into californium into
Yeah, it's something like that.
I learned everything I know about nuclear science from modded Minecraft.
I mean, that's a great place to start.
Yeah, it's not a terrible starting point.
I'm basically basically a nuclear scientist.
So where's this fun zone at?
I'm trying to get over to you. It's over there by the garage area.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. And I am not quite there. I'm over at the plastic and rubber factory. Puppers knows that they're going to the vet.
He actually likes the vet, surprisingly.
That is kind of surprising.
Yeah, it's nothing bad. He just needs he's just due for his next round of shots and stuff.
Number
So it's
7,
like
thank you for the 15
just
months,
routine,
dude.
checkup type stuff. But yeah, he's only been there once. It was, I don't know, maybe a couple months after
Firehawk
I got him.
894 just
Same
resubscribed
thing,
for
just,
44 months. Tell you
checkup,
what, I'm taking this stream
vaccinations,
by
that sort of
storm,
thing.
Kappa.
And he had a great time.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I've definitely had dogs in the past who were terrified of the vet and absolutely hated it and would just like, essentially do the dog equivalent of like going into the fetal position and curling up into a ball.
Oh no.
But he's not one of those. He's like, oh my God, there's so many people here who I can be friends with.
Yeah, speaking of people here, we just got an impulse raid, so if Wells and Hypno want to say hello.
Hi.
Hello, Impulse Raiders.
Yep, we got 2 hermits from way back in the day. Hypno was one of the founders of HermitCraft. Not Impulse, Wells Knight. You joined what, season 4, right?
Season 4, yeah.
Yeah, long-time hermits. We're playing a little different game today, Satisfactory. This is a factory building game where I'm currently building a downhill race course because we got silly.
Oh, I found the fun zone.
Oh, you spoiled it.
I was looking, I was just kind of walking, moving and grooving. I was just like moving around. I think I found it. Is this
It's pretty
essentially a
obvious
skate
with the
park?
big billboard sign that says Fun Zone on it.
There's a billboard? Oh, there is. I couldn't see it from the angle with which I approached. So is this a skate park or is it a race course?
It's a race course.
Oh, I see.
And-
You got.
And you have to use the factory carts.
Gotcha.
That's why you had so many factory carts around you.
I see.
Because we made a lot.
Yeah, so I'm going to show the chat my race course that I'm currently working on, which is downhill only. It doesn't have it's going to have more obstacles and stuff. It's going to have a glass slope here. I think this is going to be a lot of fun for everybody. Yeah, you can't really steer very well on the glass, which Hasuma was complaining about, but I think that's part of the fun. Now, I don't think you take fall damage while in a cart.
You do not.
We'll find out. Ah! Into the sea!
Oh no. It put me in the cyber wagon. I don't want to be in the cyber wagon.
Wait, where are you?
I'm in the garage again. I'm going to get a factory cart.
Oh, I see.
How can I test the fun zone if I don't have a factory cart?
How do you pick
This
up
is
the
true.
factory cart? Do you deconstruct it?
Yeah, you use a deconstruct tool.
Although, can you actually get to the fun zone from...
No. Well, you might be able to, but I don't think
Okay.
there's a proper path.
Well,
Okay.
we're off-roading then.
Yeah,
In a
I'm on
factory
my way
cart.
up to the original fun zone designed by Hypno and Asuma.
These things really don't like to go uphill.
They don't really like to go off-road.
No, they don't. But we're making it work. Intended purpose? Absolutely not. Worth it? Remains to be seen. Okay, we're good. Oh, I'm gonna have to navigate some belts and stuff. I can probably squeeze under that. Yeah, here we go.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Oh, you're just going for it. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how good my driving is.
Are you having fun yet? This is the fun zone. You better be having fun.
Is that allowed? Are you,
To have fun? Yes.
Is it allowed to not have fun in the fun zone?
No, it's absolutely
Absolutely
against the
prohibited.
rules. Yeah, you
Okay,
have
so
to have
it's
fun.
Mandatory fun.
Yes,
is what you're
mandatory
saying.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of those like the beatings will continue until morale improves. Sort
Exactly.
of things. Gotcha.
There's somebody who understands morale.
100%.
Have you not had this much fun in Satisfactory before?
Oh, I'm having the time of my life.
Whoa! Okay, you recovered.
Okay, I'm in the garage. The fun zone's like
Uh-oh.
really
Well,
close by
I
somewhere.
don't think there's
isn't
any
it?
recovering from this one.
I don't think so either.
I'm trying to hit it.
Oh no,
He has the...
I can't enter it and I can't move.
Wait, you can't enter it and you can't move.
I literally can't move. I am
Well, I
stuck.
entered it.
Oh, wait.
You're like warping. What the heck?
Yeah, it's probably my server connection. Okay. Unfortunately, factory cart went down, but it's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna start the course from the beginning and see if I can catch up to you. Although you do have a bit of a head start there.
Little bit. But, you know, I figure you're familiar with the course.
I mean, I've run it once, but
He's basically an expert.
So
Oh,
more
yeah.
familiar than me then. Oh, this is I see.
Nice.
I like that it's like a little doggy course, you know? It reminds me of those TV shows where the dogs would have treats if they did good jobs.
Dude, you got that in the first try as well. I really am bad at this.
There we
It
go.
took me like 5 attempts to get that stupid loop one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty bad.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though, Joe. It is kind of like an agility course, but for like go-karts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since you guys ran it, I'm going to give it a go too.
I wish I was slightly better at this. It's like I just get barely hung up on stuff every time. Probably just need to be more patient, but that's not fun when you're racing.
That is true.
This is definitely a lot more fun when you're like racing against other people and like you're bumping into them and passing them.
Is this wide enough to have people passing each other? Because I could barely fit through
Well,
some of this
look-
on my own.
Look how thin the factory carts are, though.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, it's definitely possible to pass.
No, I'm stuck.
I'm trying to unstuck you.
I appreciate it. Oh. Thank you. You did it.
There you go. Ah, camera. I love the tumbling switching to third person. Like, if the cart's really out of control, it'll just go wherever.
Whoa, okay. You're rubber banding like crazy.
I keep trying to like e-brake around these corners and like I spin way too much every time.
So my plan to catch up with you is not working in that you're catching up with me?
And you also had like a 3/4 of the course head start.
I just must be really terrible at this. I don't know.
There we
Oh,
go.
come on! I hate this stupid
Victory.
turn.
Started after all both of you and still finished before both of you.
Excuse me, Joe. Coming through. Aha, I did it. So did you have much fun at the fun zone?
Oh, very much so.
This was a lot of fun to build.
I believe it.
Yeah, no, this was great. Like I said, it inspired me to build my own course, which is going to be entirely downhill, starting at the highest point on the map. So it's going to be an eyesore from everywhere.
Great.
This is Satisfactory now. We don't build factories. We just build, obstacle courses and racetracks.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Who
like
needs production anyway?
no.
Oh, you should see back at the spawn area that we started building a village.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Oh, I haven't actually seen that. Why don't we go over there since we got all these impulse raiders who might not have seen that?
All right. Hyper tubes.
Which is the best hyper tube to get back to
This
the
one?
village from here?
There's only one hyper tube.
Oh, there is. Where are you guys at?
Over to the... If you go out of the fun course and look left.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, thanks. I've only been over here the one time, so unfamiliar territory. Hyper tube.
For when you gotta go fast.
Oh, this game is so gorgeous.
It's even more gorgeous going at light speed.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I went the wrong way. I got sucked back in. We need to get better like ejection platforms where you like drop or something so you can't accidentally walk into the next one.
I don't know how to do that with these kinds of hyper tubes.
Oh, I have no idea either. I'm just spitballing. Like, what if we remove the foundation underneath it? So, like, underneath the earliest segment, or, what I
I
mean?
see what you're saying. So you drop out and under, and then you walk around or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
Because, like, since the hypertube entrance is like 3 foundations long, we only need the first foundation to go in. And then we don't need like a second foundation on the other end of the galaxy or whatever.
So you're building a... Oh, I see. Oh, there's houses and stuff.
Yeah, you see him over there off in the distance.
Yeah.
Where are they at? I need to...
Once you exit the hypertube, look kind of to your left-ish.
Okay.
They're on the east side of the starting village.
Actually, you know where the parking lot is at the end of the road, Joe?
Yeah.
It's over by that.
Oh, yeah. I assume I was talking about trying to build some houses. Let me go check that out.
Now, I will say this. The houses look pretty nice from a distance, but there's like... They're not really meant to go in and like explore. There's not a lot of fine details you can do with them.
No interiors?
I know, right?
What? Are you suggesting that someone that is a member of this group would build structures with no interior?
Inconceivable.
I know. That's
I mean, this one at least has separate rooms. Like, I'm actually shocked that there's interior divisions at all with stairs. Like, wow. This is more than I was hoping for.
They definitely look better from a distance. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like house building stuff in the game though.
No, there's
Unfortunately,
definitely not. It is not really geared for that. That's not to say you can't do it.
Oh, there's this little blueprint builder thing there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So we were like making one on the blueprint thing, and then like saving it, making slight little variations.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there was that one screenshot that I posted in the Discord earlier. Like, it's possible to do absolutely absurd things with building in this game if you...
But you really have to do it on scale though.
Yeah,
Hmm.
to an extent. I think the big thing is that you have to be willing to invest like a kind of stupid amount of time into detail work.
Yeah. It looked like a lot of that was done with those beams too.
Yep. Yeah, a huge amount of that was painted beams. Like just looking at like one little section from that, I can count like 20 beams in like one little, you know.
Real quick, I'm noticing that part of the I was riding the quartz conveyor back, and I noticed that part of it clips through the ground here.
Mm-hmm.
Now that that's like primo visibility from our village, I'm probably gonna improve that so the people who live there don't complain.
That's fine.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the belts around should be fixed.
I mean,
stacked conveyor belts and like proper foundation mounts and things along those lines.
I mean, we really should just redo like most of the starter area if we're being honest, because the other part of it too is that pretty much all of these little production lines we have set up here are running are not all of them, but a good chunk of them are running off of Mark 1 miners as well.
Well, this quartz miner I did upgrade actually.
Yeah, and the things doing the steel I have fully overclocked and made as powerful as they can go.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other stuff, like where we're making the iron plates and iron rods,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody's touched that.
So it's
Yeah.
above.
But yeah, a lot of this is just sort of like chaos and should probably just be completely redone.
I agree.
Because then we can also make it look pretty.
And we could like build it. We could build the road and then like build the starting thing so it like planes into the road properly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was meant to be.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, in the very least, it doesn't clip through the hill anymore, and then I immediately come over the hill, and it's clipping through the next segment. It's like all clipping all the time.
There is one light over here that's like yellow. It's weird.
It might be
Yeah.
for the quartz thing because I'm currently.
No, I mean like the light that it's producing is like a yellowish orange.
Oh.
I don't know. It's weird. Like I've seen some of them like the lights are on with no power. I've seen them where they have power. There's no light underneath. But I've never seen a different colored one specifically.
Well, there is a lighting controller that is set to orange elsewhere in the map, so maybe that one's hooked up to that lighting controller somehow.
Oh.
Because I set the lighting controller over by the reinforced iron plate factory to orange for Halloween.
Oh.
That's
So-
probably what it is then.
Somehow that one's hooked up to that.
Oh, I see. So you have different colors that you can. Wait, am I? I'm confused what I'm looking at here. Is this the light controller interface when I press E on the streetlight?
It might hook up to the main one. I'm not sure.
No.
There's-
So when you press E on the street light, it will control that light, but it won't control all of them. If you want to make changes to the settings of multiple lights at once, they need to be hooked up to a light control.
I guess I just never
light
pressed E
controller
on
or
a
whatever.
street light or before, so I didn't know.
Yeah, that's what the interface looks like, but any changes you make there will only be applied to that one street light. They won't apply to everything.
Well, somebody must have set that one orange. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. If you set up a light control panel, though, and then hook all of those various lights into a power line that runs into that light control panel, you can make changes to all of them at once. So, like,
So if you put a light control panel somewhere on the power grid, does that control every light on the power grid?
not necessarily.
Oh, come on. There's another part where it clips right through the hill over here.
It depends on like where and how you hook it up.
Joe, I do have to say though, I appreciate you seeing belts clip through the ground and wanting to fix it, because that has been driving me crazy since day one. And now I'm glad that it has rubbed off on at least one other person.
It's all been Exuma.
Hey, I'm not pointing fingers because I don't
do
want
not-
Azuma to get mad at me.
I do not clip.
I'm not
belts
pointing
into the
fingers
ground.
at Asuma, the only person that fingers would be pointed toward in general, for any reason.
Yeah, it's not me. I don't clip belts into the ground unless it's like super intentional because it's actually possible you can run a lift into the ground and then connect the lift with another lift underneath the ground, so you can technically hide like an entire belt. That would be the only time I would run a belt into the ground. But then
They
the
should
whole
just
entire
allow
thing is
you to
hidden.
like clip through the terrain, like
Like you're a
you know,
ghost.
spectator mode or whatever, and
There's-
like just
there's
do
no clip.
things.
I mean, I think there is a console command for no clip. I know there's mods for it if there's not a console command.
Yeah, I mean, since you can technically build anywhere, and it's just kind of like they've said that you can't build like underground, whatever.
Yeah.
There should just be a way to do it.
Okay, like I'm technically making this so it's not clipping into the ground, but I'm realizing as I'm like zooming out and looking at it, I'm not sure that this is an improvement per se, or this is an improvement along only one axis. I have not come in here with a broad solution to our ugly quartz conveyor belt problem.
I mean, the only real way to make it better, to make it not ugly, is to like make things 90 degrees and put like the mounts on foundations or whatever. But like, is it really worth it? I don't know.
I don't know, especially because like we never come over here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was thinking, like, we run power all the way out here just to run that one Mark II miner. Is there anything else worth mining out here? And we just chose not to do it early on?
There might be.
There's probably something, but like, eh.
There might be an iron node or something over there. I mean, you can ping using your
Oh, I see. You're like way. Actually, I think these power lines are hooked up to the geothermal power as well. I think.
Oh, you did put a geothermal thing, or at least somebody did.
Yeah, there's a geothermal generator right over here, because that's a pure geyser.
Yeah, the fact that these just make like fluctuating power annoys me.
Well, think of it this way. One of these on a pure geyser is essentially the equivalent of like 1.5 coal generators. Oh, actually, coal generators, what? 75? I think. 75 megawatts. So one of these is essentially the equivalent of like 5 coal generators at its minimum.
Well, that's pretty good as minimum. What is it as maximum?
At its maximum, it would be the equivalent of 8.
Somebody in my chat says they think with trains you can push yourself underground and build under there freely.
Yeah, it's possible.
I've never even touched trains, so I have no idea about it.
Yeah, the thing with trains is they seem a lot more complicated than the trucks, and the trucks were already pretty complicated.
The trains are really not that complicated.
Trains run off electricity, right? Or do they need actual
They do
fuel?
run off of electricity, but the track itself counts as a like the track itself carries electricity.
Yeah.
Lollicree
what you
just
do is you make
resubscribed
the
for
train
35
station.
months. Hi
You connect
Hypno
the
and
train
chat.
station up to your power
Almost
grid.
3 years.
And then the
How?
train track itself
Hype
carries
max.
power for the entire track.
Okay.
And then I believe it's been a while, so don't quote me on this. but I'm
Lolo,
fairly
thank you
sure
so
that
much for
then
the
when you put
35
another
months.
train station down at a different location, you can just run your power lines off of that train station into and continue your grid. Like I don't think you actually need to run a power line like a separate power line, if I remember correctly. But no, they're not super complicated. You just put the track where you want them to go, and make the trains go in a loop. That's pretty much it.
Was the quartz node over here fully overclocked? I didn't even look at the miner.
I don't know.
Is Joe not here anymore?
Apparently, there's a SAM node up here as well near this quartz node.
What
So I was like,
what purity is it?
impure, but like, I mean, it is here at least. I'm just like, we actually apparently somebody ran these power lines even further than I realized.
Yeah, they go to like I continued them, and they go all the way to the swamp where they are connected up to even more geothermal power.
Oh,
Have we finished
I
buying
found
all
one
the
of
things in the awesome
geothermal
shop?
generators
Just
here.
about.
I didn't even
Yeah.
realize there was a swamp.
Yeah, well, it's quite a ways. So if you look at your map, and you go northeast of where you are, and you go kind of like over the cliffs, and then you see that one area of the map where the terrain is all like light blue water, and that's the swamp up there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
And somewhere around there, there's like 4 geothermal generators or something like that. They're all hooked up.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. There's this whole big flat area out here. Wow, I didn't realize how much of the map we weren't using.
Oh yeah, we're
Like, this
barely
is a
using.
huge world.
We're using barely any of it at the moment. We're using probably like, I don't know, maybe 25%.
Well, I feel a lot less bad about how much my downhill race course is going to take up. Hey, glowing slug things. We want those, right?
Yes.
Collecting yellow power slug.
Nice.
And then I'll just drop that in the dimensional thing because I don't know what to do with it.
Half
it just
underscore
gets
live
turned
just
into,
resubscribed for
shards.
93
cool.
months.
I got a
Has it
purple one,
really
too.
been 93 months?
Very nice.
I can't believe it
Gets
has.
turned into
Max,
even
you
more.
are doing a really great
blue
job.
ones make
Here's
1.
to another 93 months.
The yellow ones make
Yo,
Time
2.
for more
Half-Life, thank
sub
you.
The blue ones make
icons.
5.
Half-Life, thank you so
But then
much
you
for
can
the
double it.
93 months, dude.
Using technology. If you craft them using a machine and a summer sloop.
So Wells, the computer thing, the computer factory.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a plan in mind for that, or were you just building like the starting thing and didn't know what you're gonna do for the next thing?
I have a plan as far as like what the necessary components of it are. I do not
Right.
have a plan as far as like the aesthetics and layout of it,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, so you just went to the calculator, typed in the nodes, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what I need as far as the necessary machines and like
Right.
how they need to be hooked up and that kind of stuff. I just don't have a plan as far as like the actual layout and how it's going to look.
Right. Okay. Because that is really the next thing that we need to kind of do here, and with people being away, you know, if I want to jump on, you're not here, just kind of like trying to figure out what I can do. You know
Yeah,
what I
go
mean?
for it. I mean, basically the factory, like you're more than welcome to take over it to take over the project if you want. I don't care. The plan is essentially to use the recipe. 1 second. It's to use a couple alternate recipes. If I can find them. Here we go, computer. So there's the Caterium computer,
Right.
which uses circuit boards, quick wire, and rubber.
Yeah, we
Right.
saw that. That's what we figured you were trying to build, but we weren't sure.
And for the circuit boards, there is a recipe that uses rubber and petroleum coke. And you can use the heavy oil residue that you get from making rubber to produce petroleum coke. So essentially, all we need is oil and Caterium. And that will produce all the necessary stuff to make computers. And I did enough that we'll be able to have circuit boards as well. So it'll be producing more circuit boards than are actually required for the computers.
Okay.
So that way we have an automated supply of circuit boards too. So I don't remember all the exact numbers off the top of my head, and I'm not over there right now. But that's basically the plan. It's just meant to use a couple different alternate recipes.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you want to do some stuff with it, feel free. It's pretty straightforward. I think, if I remember correctly, I've got like 20 nodes making rubber, which is enough to do, I think, 10 refineries making petroleum coke or something like that. I have to look. I don't remember the exact numbers. But yeah, if you want to do stuff with it, feel free. You can. I'm sure you can math it out if you're.
Yep, I was mostly concerned that I wasn't going to be stepping on toes. And
No, I'm not worried about it.
I mean, I can head over there now if we want to get some work done on that.
Yeah, we can. I got to get going in probably like 15 minutes or so. Maybe even a little bit sooner than that. But I can swing over there. We also need reinforced modular frames.
Somebody was asking, are modular frames automated?
Modular frames are,
But
the
reinforced
reinforced ones are not.
Okay.
And then there
reinforced modular frames.
Yep. And then we really should set up a factory for all of the basic space elevator parts as well. Smart plating, the versatile framework, all that kind of stuff.
So is it a heavy modular frame or a reinforced modular frame?
It's the one that is black and it's like metallic and black.
Okay, so I see heavy modular frame requires looks like you can use steel pipes, encased industrial beams, modular frames, and concrete. Which, I mean, we have all of that at the encased beam plant anyway, right?
We do. We're not if I remember, it'll be something we want to set up as its own thing, probably.
I mean, but that plant is basically awesome sinking all the surplus right now. We have so much of all of that. Is kind of what I was thinking.
Well, maybe. Let me look. Let's see.
I'm heading over there now via the hyper tubes.
What is it? Oh, I need to get out of the vehicle before it'll let me open up the codex. That's a little annoying.
You're not supposed to look at screens while you're driving, Wells.
Well, what if, I mean, the year is I can create things out of thin air. Are you telling me we don't have autopilot? Come on now.
Oh, wait, you know what? Actually...
Yeah, so it looks like we have everything unlocked except for some of these music things and I guess the awards. But everything else we have unlocked. Did Wells enjoy his fun zone prank?
Yeah, I mean, if the encased industrial beams are
he logged in, I was like, why am I surrounded by all of these things?
Yeah, and we have a surplus of those. We trucked a bunch of them back to spawn because we weren't sure if we were going to use them there. But then we turned off the trucking network because it was basically like filled up spawn.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you could always stop the trucks at this point.
Oh, we have. Yeah, they're done.
So...
But like we have full trucks sitting there. We have the whole plant is backed up with encased industrial beams, and there's modular frames downstairs.
And is there are the beams being made with steel pipes?
Steel pipes and concrete. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So
I don't think we're producing extra steel pipes over there, though. I think all the steel pipes that we're making, or at least the vast majority of them, are being used to make encased industrial beams. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we've got No, we've got machines just sitting completely dormant here, overflowing with everything.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is if all the steel pipes are being used to make encased industrial beams, right? And we start using those encased industrial beams, it's going to start using the steel pipes, but it'll be using them to make more encased industrial beams.
You need those statues, like really
I
need
guess
them. I mean,
we're
that's
already
about all we can spend the
overflowing, though,
tickets
so,
on
I
going
mean,
forward.
It might not be completely optimal, but it'd be better than stuff sitting doing nothing.
Right. But like, I guess what I'm saying is we're going to need another, like we can take the beams that we're making right now, and we can take the frames that we're making right now, or not making, I guess, because everything's backed up. But we'll need a source of steel beams as well. Because the steel beams that we're producing over there right now are part of the production line for the encased industrial beams that we would be using to make the frames. Does that make sense?
So we're talking about trying to take resources from the existing factories to use in another factory?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think we have extras of... And if we have extras, it's not very many. Like, most of these factories are designed to have, like, the resource being made. So, like, how many you need for that particular factory.
I'm not sure how optimized we were when we did any of this stuff, because we were just feeding everything into awesome sinks here.
Well, outside of the initial, like, starting area, pretty much everything is optimized and balanced, at least to within like a pretty small percentage.
Joe, here's the thing. You're seeing like the factory not run and stuff going into the awesome sink, but what you're not seeing is that we haven't used those resources, and when we use them and they need to be refilled, it's all that stuff isn't going to be going into the awesome sink.
Yeah, okay. But in the very least, though, we could take some of the outputs from these factories and use them toward the next factories, right? Or do we start from scratch every time?
It depends on what you're talking about. So,
Yeah.
like, if we needed encased industrial beams used somewhere, then yeah, we'd take it from that factory. If we need the items that are going into making encased industrial beams, then we would make that somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is, Joe, it's a matter of scale, right? Like, sometimes as you play Satisfactory, you realize, oh, I need 20,000 iron plates per minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for all the various projects in my world. So you set up a massive factory that only makes iron plates, which is a very, very basic resource, right? And then you distribute those using trains or trucks or whatever throughout your world. What we have mostly done so far is sort of keep each factory, like, isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where each of the various factories we have is sort of making, consuming just enough resources to make its one thing, and in a relatively small quantity in the grand scheme of things. So that we have, you know,
Where is Wells on the
one
map? I'm not
double
seeing them.
storage container of rubber, or one double storage
Joe.
container of encased
I see
industrial
me.
beams, or whatever it may be, right? So, like, it depends on how you sort of play the game and set up your world. There's not really a right or wrong way to do it. The way that we have done it so far hasn't really been with taking the resources to a new project or a new production line, I guess you would say, in mind, if that makes sense.
Okay, so if we need additional steel pipes to combine with these encased iron beams, then I need to find a separate source of coal and iron to combine.
Are you guys saying this is
or
Wells right
iron.
here? I don't think so.
You can make, the reason we're using steel pipes over
I mean,
there
I guess it could be.
is because you can make steel pipes out of just iron. Although it does use a pretty significant amount of them.
Is that him in that vehicle?
Like, it's expensive.
Oh, yeah,
but
look
it
at
is
that.
doable.
They're kind of like going together. Oh, that's weird.
Oh no, I'm in the right place. I forgot the road doesn't actually run out there.
Well, yeah, we need to make the road run out there.
Sitting here driving around in my Explorer, and I'm like, why can't I find it?
Where are you trying to go?
Over to where the computer factory is.
Oh yeah, that's in the canyon there.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, that's right. We didn't actually run the road out here yet.
Mm-mm.
Because we don't know where it's going to end up yet. It's all right. I can off-road my way over there.
The fun zone.
I love how you hit like a pretty small rock in your off-road Explorer vehicle and you go flying around like GTA style with like crazy ragdoll physics, you know? It's amazing.
Mhm.
Is that vehicle pretty good for like off-roading?
It's pretty good as long as you don't run into anything, yeah.
If you hit a small bush, then you're dead.
So
It'll just
basically,
flip
you're gonna die.
No, it basically comes down to if the thing you're running into has like an actual physical hitbox.
Yeah.
Most foliage does not. Most bushes, grass, stuff like that, you can just go through and it doesn't have collision of any kind. But if you run into like a tree or a rock, you'll be stopped dead in your tracks. So it just kind of depends on like what specifically you're running into. But as long as you can find like a relatively open space, you're good, because they will go uphill and downhill easily. So it's perfectly fine for off-roading. Okay, so here's our pipeline connected to all of that stuff.
Has Wells seen his little message you left him? What little message did I leave him? Oh, the belts. I forgot about that. Yeah, I think Joe posted a screenshot in the Discord and he saw it already.
Then these are all making rubber, right? Yeah, okay, but they're not actually hooked. This isn't actually hooked up to these refineries because I didn't do any of the belt work for this yet.
Oh, I just found a Mercer sphere.
Okay.
Oh, happy day.
Who's Caterium? Oh, it's painful.
What? It says hello.
Are you reading the hello sign we made?
Oh,
for
is
you,
that
Will?
what it actually says?
Yeah, in cursive it says hello.
In Joe's cursive, it says hello. That H, I'm not so sure about.
Hold on, let me look at it from up in the air. Okay, yeah, I guess I can kind of see it.
We were gonna write hello Wells or hello Wells Night. I'm not actually sure. And then we decided we weren't gonna write Wells Night the entire way, and then we just left it at hello because it was just too painful.
Man, cursive is a lost art.
Yeah, especially in conveyor belts and Satisfactory.
This is true. I don't think they actually teach cursive in schools anymore, do they?
That's a good question. Do they still do you still have to take a pen and paper to the school? Or is it all on tablets?
I'm
no,
sure
my
you
kid
still
has
need-
notebooks and
Yeah, I'm
pens
sure
and
you
stuff.
still need like notebooks and stuff, but I don't think public schools require cursive as like part of the
So are they just
curriculum
teaching
anymore.
kids block letters or
Yeah, pretty much.
So how do you make a portable miner? Because apparently I need to make those in order.
Oh, you have to do the
Yep.
crafting bench.
I've got a
No,
crafting
you
bench.
need to do it in an equipment workshop.
Oh, equipment workshop. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, they're not super expensive, but you need an equipment workshop to make them.
Okay, is that gonna need power?
No. It's essentially just like a crafting bench, but with a different name.
Gotcha.
And used for different, like, craftables or whatever. Okay, I gotta get going, unfortunately.
Alrighty, have a good time at the vets, Wells.
See you tomorrow, probably.
All right, Wells, we'll see you later.
All right, see you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Oh, I might not be here tomorrow,
Okay.
depending on how the storm treats the power situation here in Florida. So.
Oh,
good
yeah,
luck with
that's
that.
right.
Yeah,
Are
it looks
you-
pretty intense?
Are you right in the danger zone, or are you...
No, I'm north of it,
Okay.
but we're still going to get some winds here, which is probably going to knock out the power, most likely.
Okay. Well, I suppose it could be worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all right, well, just let us know if possible. Because
Yeah, we'll do.
I wouldn't mind skipping a day if we need to, like whatever. So, all right, see you
Yeah,
guys
no
later.
problem. All right,
ya.
Matt, we'll see you later. Speaking of, I should probably just check the weather real quick.
Yep, not necessarily a bad idea.
Yeah, it seems like most everything is still pretty south of me, so no immediate action I need to take.
Okay, I've gone way out in the middle of nowhere, so I can make my spaghetti belts under the tree cover where no one can see them. I wish there was a better way to get vertical in this game, because I can see power lines way up there on the road,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have them running down to where I am here. I'm gonna... Oh, boy.
We could just zoop a ramp up there.
Hey, I like your moxie, kid, but when I say I can see the road up there, I mean it is way up there.
Like, way up there, way up there?
I'm like down at sea level, and I'm looking at like, yeah, it's...
This
I
this
think-
belt.
I think part of the fun of this game is doing stuff really like goofily and lazily first, and then optimizing it later. It's like, we'll do more than one pass. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time.
You know, Azuma did say that he wanted to build a factory that was like all spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is gonna be the belt. What if, like, we built a factory that could be all self-contained within, like, you know, a proper building, but then we have the belts going out, like, 15 times the size of that building just in random directions
just
for
like
no reason.
like a bow. Like
Yeah.
we make a building that looks like a present, and there's belts going out the top. In the shape
belts
of a
are like
bow.
the bow. I like it. Yeah, that's good thinking.
Yeah, just perfectly rectangular building with a bow on top, made of moving conveyors of all the different stuff, inputs and outputs.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, all of these were set to rubber. And then there's another set of... Oh, this is Caterium. So, Will said that everything was going to be made with rubber and Caterium. Is that what he said?
Yeah. He said the entire thing could be made with petroleum and Caterium as the base product.
Oh, petroleum and Caterium. Okay, so
Yeah,
not
yeah.
specifically rubber.
So rubber is one of the petroleum byproducts that we are going to be using.
Right, but it seemed like everything over here was set to rubber.
I don't know that was the long-term plan. I think that was just getting going.
Okay. Yeah, so we need a petroleum coke. All right, chat. So we need a way to make this. And I don't have the thing layout, the factory layout that Wells was using to know the exact
I'm realizing
amounts.
with these long distance power lines and my zip cable thing, what I can do is I can, build a really far away power tower and then zip line over to the next one, right? Because the towers themselves don't have to have electricity for
No, they just
me
have
to
to have the
zip line.
wire connected.
Yeah.
So can you place these big power towers like really far away from you?
Yeah, that's the advantage of them, is that the distance at which you can place them is way further than the normal power lines.
Okay. Well, no, you place them at the same distance. They can just be further away.
I think that well, what I'm saying is the placement distance is allowable further out.
How do you like set one of these up so they're connected to each other? Like you middle click on it and then you place another one, but like then the power lines aren't attached.
You can use the you know, the power line, the blue lightning symbol.
Yeah.
You can use that.
Oh,
then-
I see. Okay. I think it was because I was trying to attach to one that was already connected to another one. It was working differently.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm placing this thing like way across the bay, way further than I would have been able to place like normal power pole.
Oh yeah, that is quite far then. Just for comparison. So that's like twice the distance, I think. Maybe 3 times.
Yeah, I would guess 3 times, but I'm not sure. Feels like a lot.
Yeah, I would say that's about 3 times the distance.
Well, and the thing I like about them too is they've got the ladders, so you can just climb up on the ladders and then zip line.
I haven't really messed with these power towers at all, so I was just kind of like experimenting with them.
Yeah, this is I've only been messing with them the last few days, but they seem super handy.
All right, Razzle, we'll catch you later, dude. All right, so let's see. Let's get a Satisfactory calculator going. I don't really know how this works here and what we have for inputs and stuff. Can we not with this? Where is that? And delete. Okay, so we want planners. Production planner. Let's see, how do we do this? Network graph, outputs, inputs, add an item. So we have crude oil coming in. What's the options here? Alternate recipes. Okay, so we got a bunch of things. So let's see if I can figure this out. So we have Caterium coming in. The Caterium is doing what? We are doing with water to make Caterium ingots. Okay. Let's figure this part out over here too. Yeah, I don't think Wells linked the planner thing that he had. So we're going to make our own, see what we got and try and make this work. Hey, Esty. All right, so we got 120 Caterium ore per minute. Let's swap this from crude oil. How do I remove this? Like that. Caterium. I assume we just type 120. Right? Maybe. Alternate recipes. So we're doing Caterium ore water for this ingot. Converter. No, we're not doing any converter mods, nothing. Okay. Tree list. Items. 120 units of Caterium ore. This doesn't show the output though, huh? Is there a better way to do this? Am I doing this right, chat? You know it says Caterium, but you hear Caterium? You hear me saying that? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that I'm saying it weird? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Okay, let's figure out what the input over here for the oil is. Where's the cat in this ore? You're just being silly. Oh, Esty, you're being such a silly goose. Gotta make sure I can see Discord to see if I'm muted or not, so I'm not like talking Joe's ear off or something. I don't know if this is a pure oil node or not. Let's go find out. You didn't expect me live tonight. How's Max? Max is doing pretty good. We haven't really received any of the weather from the hurricane yet, so it's all good right now, but I'm sure a little bit later tonight we'll be experiencing tropical storm force winds and a lot of rain and stuff like that. Okay, so we got 60, 120, so we got 180. This is 240, so that is 320. So we got 380. Is that what I'm seeing here? I think that's right. 380. All right. So we got inputs of crude oil, 380.
Def9 just resubscribed for 77 months. Hope Max is staying out of trouble and in charge of the house as usual. Hype Bill.
Oh, did I say 380, not 480? Oh, my mistake. My mistake. This is why you don't do math on stream. You know, I feel like I'm doing this thing wrong. Isn't there a way where you can select a recipe? And like it'll do everything for you. Like this wants me to add a raw item. Can I not like tell it to make this item and it'll tell me everything that I need? Am I like, how am I doing this wrong? Or maybe if I choose an output and I tell it that I want this, then it'll fill everything in. I'm not actually sure. Output an item and then it will. Okay, okay. So we are trying to output the computer. So we have 120, we have 480. So it's going into, oh, you need to tell it all the special things. Okay, so circuit board, we were gonna do this one, I think. And then we were gonna do, wait, is that all we needed? So crude oil and deuterium. We have that turning into heavy oil, rubber, petroleum coke, one computer. Is this using? Okay, so here's the thing. If I told it that I have 480 crude oil and 120 deuterium, why is it only doing 24 per minute? Like, how do I scale this up? Do I have to say I want more than one computer? That's probably, okay, that's what I gotta do. I wish it wouldn't resize this so I can see. So we can do 5. So basically, we want this to be split evenly at 240 per. There we go. So we don't need copper ore. What is this doing? Copper wire. I think we were going to use Caterium wire. Let's see here. Caterium ingot equals 8 wire. Yeah, let's tell it this one. So we shouldn't need... So we only need 40 Caterium, 40 water. That turns into 20 per minute, goes into a constructor to make wire. That comes over here to make the computer. And then we need 480 crude into these refineries to make heavy oil residue and rubber. Okay, so we need 160 units going into plastic. We need... I don't understand. As heavy oil residue must be like residual from doing this, right? So then we take the output heavy oil residue, and that turns into petroleum coke plus the rubber. Man, this is kind of a complicated thing, yeah? And that should make 40 circuit boards per minute. And then we make 10 computers per minute. Okay, well, we have a game plan. I kind of know what we're doing. We kind of know what we're doing a little bit, maybe. Hopefully, I'm using all of the alternate recipes I should be using. Alternate recipe for the computer and Caterium ingots? Did I not? Okay, hold on a second. So we have this one. Is there a computer one?
Rated my stream with 25 viewers.
Hey, Joel Duggan, thank you so much for the raid, dude. 2 computers for circuits and oscillator. I don't think we're doing that. Oh, this one. Okay, so that changes things significantly. So we can actually up this a little bit more. I'm going to have to verify we have that recipe, but I think we do. Yeah, so let's up this even more. So if we have 480, and then I wish this thing would stop refreshing. It's like so hard to see what's going on here without zooming in. Okay, so one more, we could probably make 14. That's 462. Yeah, we can't do that. We need a little bit more, which is fine. We can overclock for that additional, but that would allow us to make 15 per minute. That's kind of a lot of computers. Let's make sure we have that recipe. So circuit, quick wire, rubber. Yeah, that's the Caterium computer. Okay. And let me just redo my math over here. So 60. I think we said it was 480 before, right? So that's 180. 60 plus 120. And then plus 240. That's 320, right? So 420. And then this would be 480. So we needed an additional 15 per minute. So I need one more shard, which is fine. We can do that. One shard. We want this to be 75. Easy. Okay, so our oil inputs are correct. Everything flowing through this line over here should be all that we need. Hey, big guy. I don't know what this is for, but I like the way it looks. I have no idea why that's there, but it looks nice. Autosave in 3, 2, 1. Autosave complete. Okay, so according to this, we need to take... I was about to ask how we can split the oil from this into one line versus another line. But we do have valves, and valves you can restrict the flow. So all we gotta do is put like a splitter and then restrict the flow into whatever machines we want. Uh-oh. I just got a fluffy kitty that came in to say hello. I would show him on stream, but I don't actually have my camera hooked up at the moment. I need to get that sorted. Having my stream computer die on me, guys, has been so weird. I gotta figure this out. Mass? No, no. Max. A fluffy kitty. He's a big flufferoonie. Just imagine like a cloud that's soft and warm and you can hold in your arm that purrs, and that's basically Max. Basically. Remote server return code 404. I gotta get that fixed too. Ugh. Computer problems everywhere. Guys, can computers just work instead of like being a problem? Because that would be appreciated. Big hugs to that soft, floofy Max. There you go, Max. Big hug from Esty. Yeah, he had a long, hard day of having a cat nap, and now he woke up. He wanted to come say hello and get some attention. All right, I'm putting him down. All right, the cloud is floating away. Right, so we need... What do we need here? I'm looking. I'm looking! I don't understand. Like, what are these arrows showing me here? So we have oil going into refinery. And then we have a blue line coming here. And then we have this blue line splitting off. I feel like something's weird here. What is going on? Is it doing multiple recipes? Like, what is this? What is this purple line? Oh, you can move these around. I didn't know you could do that. Okay. 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 I didn't know you could do this. Now it makes more sense. Okay. So we need to make 90 rubber per min. And that's going to come over to here. Well, I guess we should just make the total amount of rubber per minute that we need, which is going to be 330 rubber. So let's figure that out. So each one of these is going to be doing 20. And I said, how much? 330? Okay, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40. Okay, so like from here all the way this way, and this entire side is going to be doing nothing but making rubber. And then these we need petroleum coke. We need 480 to a refinery. Is that what these are? Are these refineries? This is. So if I swap this to make petroleum coke, this is only making 40, 60, I'm sorry, 40, 80, 120. So we need more. We need more. How many more? Would it make sense to expand this out further? Maybe. Did Wells place 16 refineries making rubber? You can confirm what he intended that way. One refinery is making 120 coke. One refinery is making 120. Where does it say that? I don't think any of these are set up. We need heavy oil residue. Wait a second. Hold up. We're getting heavy oil residue from these. Right-hand side when set to petroleum coke. Oh, okay, yeah. I was looking at this number, and I should have been looking at this one. You are correct. Now, going back to this real quick, I need to make sure I know what I'm doing here. Yeah, so we're taking the heavy oil residue, and then we're turning that into petroleum coke with 4 refineries. So what we could do is overclock one of these machines earlier. And that way we can use the final 4 for the stuff that we need. Okay, so we were going to be making how much? We needed 330. And I don't remember now. So this is making 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83. So if we up this one to make 35. No, we just need 30. Yeah, I think we just need this one to be overclocked to 30. Somebody will correct me if I'm incorrect. I think that's what we needed. We just needed one overclocked. Your guess is that Hypnomath versus Wells Math had slight discrepancy, but will probably work out in the end. Well, I mean, I'm using the calculator here, right? I did bump up the amount of crude oil that we have coming in. In fact, I could make that change now. So we are actually making 495. Okay. Yeah, so this says we need 16.5 refineries for rubber, and that's kind of what we just did right here, right? That's our 0.5, 150% for the rubber. So these down here will be making the petroleum coke. So let's swap these to this, and this needs the heavy oil residue that is coming out of these other machines. Petroleum coke. Petroleum coke, and now here's another thing. Here's the unfortunate thing. We might be able to do something under here. I would rather run the pipes underneath if possible. There is a little bit of room, but not a lot. There's some room, but not a lot. We might need to raise this up, unfortunately. And if we're going to do that, we probably better do that now as opposed to later, right? I think this should be raised up like another 4-meter platform. What circuit board recipe are you using? Would that change things? No, we've already got that under control. I wish this showed you which ones you had selected, not the entire list and telling you you have 4 selected. Like, which ones are selected? I don't know. We have this one. 4 rubber and 8 petroleum coke makes a circuit board. Yeah, they have a check, but why do they not all just like filter to the top, the ones you have selected? Like, why isn't there just a list saying you have these selected? Why is there an entire list that I have to scroll through to find check marks? There's a lot of check marks on here, apparently. Not as many as I thought. It felt like there was more. We have 4 recipes. Is this... maybe this is easier to see, actually. The tree view... Oh. What the heck is this? Go back to simple, please. I'm a simple man. Yeah, so 16.5 refineries. Okay, we can do that. $16.5 refineries. All right, let's get this sorted first. I think we need to raise this up. And we better do that now before it gets too late. Why when I middle click this is it doing a power pole? What is it doing? I'm middle clicking this foundation. Why is it trying to do a power pole? But if I middle click here, I'm so confused. It's a blueprint? Sample building. I don't understand. Like, why would that matter if it's a blueprint or not? Like, what you're telling me is that this is a blueprint? This shiny surface? I don't think it is. Yeah, so I'll just delete that for now. I don't want to go too crazy. All right, so if I swap this to this one, I think that's what we're using, yeah? Oh, it's not shiny though. That's a different one. No, that's the right one. Is it the same? Maybe it's the same. Oh yeah, it's the same. It's shiny. I just wasn't looking at anything reflective. RTX on. Hello? Let me up on this. I don't know which way this thing is facing. I think it's facing the correct way now. So that's snapped. Is that where it's supposed to go? No! What are you doing? Okay, this is extremely aggravating to work on. I just wanted to be like in the right spot on the right height. Now, is that correct? Let me H this. No, that needs to be nudged. That... Does it need to be nudged forward? Oh, it does. Okay, okay. Okay, now we got it. So I think we just line it up like this, yeah? Or is that too far apart now? Oh, that's too far apart. So it is just like that much in between? Okay, so it's like one space in between is the way you had this set up. So that should be in line with the ones across, but it isn't. Why isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna line this one up. Is that right? Well, okay, so that's backwards. That might be why I was acting weird. Yeah, that should be in line with this one, but now the space between these two are too much. This needs to come over. But the spacing here... Oh, I see. There's like a double space between each one. Got it. Okay, I understand how these work now. So with that in mind, I should be able to do this one perfectly the first time. Right like that. And that should be lined up. Got it. We want green facing inwards. Can I please land on this thing? Can I please stop falling off this thing? H. Just like so. And then that should be lined up with this one. But yeah, we need to raise this all up. We gotta do this one at the very end over here as well. Good job, Hypno. Thank you. I figured it out. I'm smarter than the average bear? What? I'm not actually a bear, but I'm smarter than one, I think. Blueprint, double click. H. Wait a second here. This one is off. Yeah, that one's off. Okay, okay, okay. So that should go there, but that space is too narrow because this one's too wide. Yeah, yeah. Look at. Okay, we gotta delete this one. H. That looks right. That looks right. Do it. All right. Very good. So now we delete over on this side and then raise this one up. Okay, so we want to disassemble, blueprint, middle click, swap this so the green comes in here. Get that kind of aligned. There? That looks right to me. Said it. That looks correct to me. All right, so now we delete the rest of these. Oh, you can't. Okay, you can only delete a blueprint at a time. You can't select multiple blueprints. Guys, can it be like daytime instead of nighttime? That would help a little bit. I'm just saying. Why does the stupid sun have to go around the stupid planet? Why does the stupid planet have to turn? That's probably the more accurate way of saying that, huh? Why can't the planet just be tidally locked towards the sun so we just have light all the time? Besides the fact that we'd probably burn to a crisp and, you know, but that's besides the point. It's so shiny. Whoa, whoa. There? There. Yay, I did it. Amazing. I did the thing with the stuff. Now we need to delete a layer. Oh, yeah. So this was only a 2-meter platform, apparently, not a 4-meter. Why am I not? I'm so confused. Why? Is the server crashed or am I crashed? Like, I'm deleting that, but it's not going away. It's like a ghost still. I'm not sure what's going on. Aziz, light. Yeah, it's not disappearing. And then it wouldn't allow me to select it to like make it go away after I did the first time. I'm not sure what's going on. You're going to be okay. Vacuuming the vacuum, okay. Cleaning toilet, okay. Hiring therapist. Stealing keys. Yeah, so I logged back in and then those blocks are gone. Was weird. The heck? Hello? I am so confused right now. Why is it acting that way? If I delete this one, does that go away? Think you got this bug in multiplayer? So the question is, if like delete the one above it, this is gonna make it really annoying. So if I delete the one above it, then I delete this one? No. Why? The client doesn't know it's gone, but obviously the server does. It's allowing me to fall through it, and then I can't select it. Okay. Well, that is... well, okay. We're gonna do our best here, folks. We're gonna do our best. We'll make sure we didn't select something we shouldn't have. That all looks fine. And then I'll just have to relog to see it update, I guess, which is kind of weird, but you know, okay. Can you pretend it's not there? Well, we kind of need access to the bottom side of the blocks if I'm going to be running pipes and floor holes and so on and so forths. So, I mean, I can pretend they're not there, but that's going to be in the way. I won't be able to see what I'm doing. Wells put a spell on them. I bet he did. That seems like a Wells thing to do. Sorry for jumping in and out of the game, Joe. I'm
yeah, no
experiencing ghost blocks here, so like I delete the blocks, and it acts like they delete, but like they don't actually go away. So
Oh, that's no good.
yeah, so I have to like relog for them to be gone on my client.
Ouch. Yeah, I'm just experimenting with 45-degree angles in construction. So that's
Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah.
yeah. I think Asuma's gonna get over here and be like, you what, mate?
You what, mate? That sounds like something Azuma would
that
say.
might be Australian. I don't know. But yeah, I'm learning. I'm definitely learning. So I've got the constructor set up to make the iron pipes. And so it can make a maximum of 25 per minute. But right now my smelters are only making, it needs 100 iron ingots per minute to run at max, but my smelters are only making 60 per minute. So that'll be something to work on next. But yeah.
It's all a numbers game.
Yep. I know that Wells says there's like calculators and stuff online for this, but
Yep.
like I need to learn the fundamentals like by doing it by hand, like right now. So yeah, this is just going to be a very suboptimal factory. and I'm making it visually suboptimal so nobody will look at this and go, "Oh man, so much care was put into this. I feel bad upgrading it." Like, I mean, care is being put into it, but it's in an amusing way. I'm trying to visually mix 45-degree angles in on the storage units and the smelters, and it's weird. But yeah, somebody in my chat the other day, when I was trying to build a machine at a 45-degree angle, was like, "Oh, just do the foundation at 45 degrees, and then you can build the machine on top of it that way." So I can have
that's
things...
actually really smart. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of building in like a Z shape, where I'm having like each step is like 45 degrees offset from the previous one. It's probably not a good idea, but it's neat to try, you know?
Who says it's not a good idea?
Oh, they'll all see.
All right, so back to doing this. This is the output. We need the inputs. We'll deal with the outputs later. Let's get these inputs going here. So input. Need the input. That is the wrong. Redo. Control Z, Control V. Now we experienced issues with these floor hole covers at the coal factory with them like disconnecting and not like updating with the water. I'm just gonna put these in anyway, even though we know that these things can break. I'm putting this 1 click away. Should I be putting this 2? What did I do on the other side? Was it 2 clicks or 1 click? It is 2 away. Okay. Yeah, floor holes are bad. I'm just gonna put these in anyway with the assumption that, you know, Coffee Stain will be like, oh yeah, we updated that and now everything will just work perfectly, you know what I mean? I know that first one is not in the right location, which is fine. We'll get to it here in a moment. That's not actually what I meant to do. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume Coffee Stain Studios will do their job and like make the floor holes not break. How difficult can that be? Like a floor hole, in my mind, is equivalent to like a belt running into a splitter or a merger. And like, how often do belts break from being connected to one of those, right? Like I realize items and fluids are technically different, but in theory, it should be like basically the same idea, the same concept. I'm just going to assume. You know what happens when you assume. Right, so we have some space under here now. So I'm gonna do this in a different way than what I did before. We're gonna try and make this... Actually, I might have did this over at the fuel factory. I don't remember. But I'm gonna make it so it's just a straight shot with the pipe being as close to these floor holes as possible. So we need to build this here. Okay, then we'll end it right there. Yep. Let me go again. I have to upgrade this to a Mark II pipe, I'm aware. Should be right there, I think, yeah. Just double check. It's in line. Oops. It was in line and then I clicked. And we'll put that right there. Okay, so then we do these. I'm gonna put these like exceptionally close. Oh, I just realized. Well, no, that's fine. We can still do this. We'll just have to separate the pipes at the end, because half of these, or the last 4 of these, are going to be taking heavy oil, not regular oil. That's fine. We can just like disconnect these pipes from the entire network. Why does this feel like it's lower to the ground? What the actual is happening here? I wish these would snap to these, but they don't. It'd be really nice if they did, though. Just gotta eyeball it. All right, now we delete all these pipes. So it was the last 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we disconnect these. And then everything on this side is going to be the oil. This is going to be the heavy oil for the petroleum coke. And then these need to be upgraded to the other pipes as well. Why is it? I'm so confused. Oh, if you press T, it gets rid of like the HUD. That's what I just did. I meant to press E. Pipeline Mark II. I don't know if this needs to be Pipeline Mark II over here. We're just going to do it anyway, since it really doesn't matter. And then we have to connect the floor holes to these pipes. Oh, is that going to be too close? I didn't consider this. Maybe if I noodle it. You just gotta noodle it a little bit, everybody. Just noodle. Wait. I'm assuming those are connecting. I'm gonna be upset if I go up there and I see like the pipes have clipped through the floor and they're like connecting to the top side of the floor hole covers. This being Satisfactory, that's probably exactly what's going on. Let's just go look. Oh, they can't connect because we already have a pipe there. If I didn't have that pipe there, they'd be like clipping through and doing a loop-de-loop and all sorts of weird stuff, I'm sure. The Mark II pipes look nicer. I agree. I don't know. You know, I have Mark II pipes going up into here. Might as well upgrade these. I don't think it matters. We'll upgrade these as well. Okay. And then we do this side. Is that the right spot? That's the right spot. That's the stuff right there. That is not. Hello? Oh, I can't move it. Why? Left and down go in the same place. Oh no! Annoying. we go. So all of these are going to be connected together. Oh, you know what's something else I didn't do? Yeah, I think this is wrong. Yeah, like this right here. No. We don't want like pipe segments between these. There's no reason to. This seems weird. Like that doesn't seem in the center. I'm just gonna delete this and redo it. Yeah, now that's centered. And those seem right, and these over here. Yeah. Sometimes when you put like these junctions on the pipes, like it'll look like they're separated, but they're not actually separated, and you can, like, you're not actually even using the junction, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like having the separated pipe segments as opposed to having them split weirdly. There's a rock in my way. Right, so now we want to change this to a Mark II. And we delete this. Click it. Click it. Get clicked. Wait, have I been... Why does it feel like these two junctions are so close to each other? Oh, I guess that's the way it is working. There's like too close in a larger space and too close in a larger space. I didn't actually even notice that earlier. And there we go. Now we have the piping underneath all connected. Now we just need the input. These pipes are all black. Or I guess that's to show that it's oil coming in, so we can swippity swap. Is there like a swatch that's already black? Maybe this one? Ah, we'll just do these. I think I just dyed a foundation by mistake. Okay, those are all dyed down here. Oh wait, I didn't upgrade these to the Mark IIs, did I? Yo, you can do this, but oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty sweet. I'm pressing E. I didn't know you could do that. Does it retain the coloration? It doesn't, so I gotta go back. Okay. So we want this one. You can even hit E on blueprints if they are in the same category. Oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't really gotten too involved in blueprints. Like, I've used them a little bit, but I haven't gotten too involved with them to, like, know that kind of stuff. But that is pretty neat to know. Oh, I made a mistake. These are actually supposed to be heavy oil residue over here, right? So I was going to color these heavy oil residue. It's kind of a purplish color. Do we have a purple preset? Maybe this one. Oh. I made big mistake. I fix. Fixed. Okay, heavy oil residue out. Wait, no, heavy oil residue in. Oil in. And then oil into all of these. Okay. So next step is getting the actual oil pipeline hooked up. And how am I going to do that? This needs to plane in a little bit lower than where we got it. Oh no. We gotta deal with that nonsense again. Yeah, that's fine. So we're probably gonna get rid of this. Yep. So we delete, delete, delete. This has already been deleted. So we're gonna come up to here. It's hard to tell. I think that is in line with this. I think that is about right. Oh. Ghost block is messing me up. Ghost foundation. That seems pretty straight. So what we could do is run a pipe off the bottom of this to connect into the bottom of that. That would be like the simplest thing. Or we could put another one of these right here and then have that connect to the side input over there. That might actually be what we do here. Oh, it won't reach. Rip. Okay, where is that? That's like right along the edge here. Yeah, there's not a... Love it. Okay, so we gonna have to do this. Have to do it manually. Okay, so this over here needs a change, unfortunately. If we want this to be straight, I need this to be like, nope. Nope. We need this to like be in line with what I just placed. So we'll undo this. That's pretty close. Now that should be pretty straight. All right, let's paint it. This over here, I'm not too sure about. This looks pretty ugly, but it's probably fine. I'll have to see when we relog. Okay. It's weird how that only affects certain types of blocks and not others when I try and delete. All right, let's exit and see what it looks like. You can right click on a color swatch to set colors for structures. Still have a Mark 1 pipe under close to the oil input. Under close to the oil input. I missed a pipe in the front. You're talking about going from the splitter to the floor hole? Oh, I got it. Okay. Sorry, I'm like reading back on chat a little bit. All right, so this one needed to go. Of course. Currently building NA. I cannot... Why can't I middle click these? What is wrong with this game? I don't understand. I have it on zoop, but it won't zoop. Why you no zoop? It'll zoop this direction, but it won't zoop this direction. What is wrong with this? It'll zoop every way but the way I need it to go. Restart the game entirely? I mean, I guess I could try that. Almost like lag? It doesn't feel like lag. It feels like there's something wrong with the game. And probably a restart will fix it. You know, I am kind of curious to see what Joe was doing. He was talking about building machines on an angle and things along those lines.
Hey, Hypno, are you back?
I am relogging.
Okay, because I just got the dimensional depot hooked up to the manufacturer that's producing the heavy frames. And I realized apparently we already have 200 of those in our dimensional pocket dimension. Did somebody make those by hand, or was there a factory for these somewhere else? And I just...
The heavy modular frames?
Yeah, the heavy modular frames. There's already 200 of them in the thing.
So you know how where we find the hard drives from the wreckages?
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on where you go or which wreckage, there's different materials just kind of scattered around them. It's kind of like a free bonus.
Oh, so you think those are just random ones we picked up?
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you look in there, you'll find there's probably like 100 computers or something like that as well. And that's just where we got
Gotcha.
those.
Yeah, that's not like we actually have that many extra computers. It's just...
Exactly. Yeah, so it still won't allow me to middle click on this. It's still saying NA to currently building on that for whatever reason. So let's try double foundation. Or double ramp.
Okay,
actually.
so I'm realizing that modular frame factory and the reinforced iron plate factory might not be the same one. Where are we making the modular frames? I thought it was in the reinforced iron plate factory.
Yeah. So there's 3 factories there at the reinforced iron plate. And I think the furthest one is making modular frames.
Okay, so they are somewhere in here. I just gotta find them. Okay.
I believe they output to the top floor and like the furthest back, hardest to reach location.
That was what I thought. Maybe I just missed them when I flew through there.
Where's the double ramps here? Let me search for it. Whoop. Ramp. Double ramp. That looks about right, actually. That looks pretty good. Honestly, if I do say so myself, which I do, because I said so myself. Like, yeah, it's a little weird, but it's fine. We'll fix that in post. All right, we'll fix it in post. Now I need a regular ramp. I wanted a middle click one. There isn't one around here. Rawr. Ramp. Okay. Why is everything marked new? I've seen all these things before. Is that why I couldn't do it? Because I didn't like see it and they were marked new? What is even? Or are they new because of the different flavors of them? Oh, that might be it actually. Okay, so anyway, where is the... I just want a 4-meter ramp. Be down here, this one. Boom. Obviously I gotta retexturize it, but that's fine. We will texturize that. Boom. Get textured. So now I need this over here. And there we go. And there we go. We have done the thing with the stuff and the junk. He's got it all wrong now? Oh no. Okay, so these are going to be making rubber. This one.
Zraytrek just resubscribed
this
for
one.
77 months.
Yo, oh. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm like doing all this stuff. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm not used to streaming on a single PC. Okay. Okay. All right. You didn't see any of the stuff that I was doing, did you? We did this. I placed this thing down. I said, that doesn't look bad. Then I saw somebody in chat say, oh yeah, that looks all right. And I just assumed everything was good. I didn't see somebody in chat say, we can't see because your BRB message is up. I just assumed everything was cozy at that point. Sorry, chat. That's what you get for being a smart ass, all right? Wait, what? What? What was that sound? I'm scared. Somebody hold me. We need to make rubber. This one. Yeah, this one. No. Control C. Control V. Control V. No. Control V. Pasted. Pasted. And then we have 4 of these remaining. So if I remember correctly, we had this one with a thingy. This was up to 150. So we're making 30 instead of 15 or 20. We're making 30 instead of 20. And that should be all of the extra stuff that we needed. So now we need the floor holes. Boom. 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 I don't like how these are going to be kind of encroaching in our walkway, but there is enough walkway where it's not going to matter, but I don't like it. No, sir, I didn't like it. The rare BRB screen got him. Yeah. It's embarrassing. Look, I've been a streamer for how many years and how many times have I done that? I'm allowed it every now and then, okay?
Is there any reason not to overcharge miners?
What do you mean overcharge them?
Like if I come over to this limestone miner, it says like clock speed. I could overclock it by putting in like power cell things.
No.
Okay.
No. It's actually like the miners are actually one of the few things that's like encouraged to overclock, because like with machines you can always add more machines, but like you can't pull out more resources from the ground. There's only a certain amount of nodes or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. That's weird though. It sounds like it's cranking up and then stopping. It's doing something weird.
It might be your belt is limiting it.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. This is probably, yep. Thank you, Hypno.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this limestone thing, actually, we need to do more now with it because we're using some of the surplus concrete for the other parts.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I think the last 4 refineries don't actually need these for the coke. Yeah, I'll put this. We don't need the 4 holes. However, we'll use the other 4 holes. I think those will work right like that. It's hard to tell like if that's lined up or not from the side. Looks like it connected. Looks right. I think that's good. I think that's good. Then we'll just have to do something with that petroleum coke from underneath. And then these, yeah, we have to do something with the rubber. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna do the same thing, honestly,
Well,
all the
like
way
none
down.
of the machines can be damaged by overclocking. They just use more power, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing they do is they use more power.
Cool.
Yeah, generally speaking, it is better to like add more machines than to overclock a machine and use fewer of them. But it really doesn't matter. Like, it matters more earlier game, I guess, when the power shards are more scarce. It's only worth it if it's a pure node? I mean, yeah, probably, but it'll be fine. Okay, so we have heavy oil coming out of here, and we need that to go into the inputs of this over here. So, like, all of these pipes kind of need to connect together. So, is it better for me to, like... It's probably better to have the main trunk here and like have this one connect to this one into the main trunk, yeah? And then the main trunk connect into this. We have to figure out how we're gonna deal with the items coming out. Maybe we should sort that first. How are we gonna do that? Trying to think here. Ow, it's hurting my brain thinking. We could lower these down, right? And then we could have the, that's just an example. And then we could have the fluid pipes run along the ceiling and then just kind of go around them a little bit lower. That's probably the way to do this, I think. Weather conditions for Jacksonville. Conditions are hurricane. Conditions are light rain with temperature of 74 degrees. Yeah, we're supposed to just get some rain and a little bit of tropical storm force wind, which is like 35 to 45 miles an hour ish. Is this storm different than the one that hit a few days ago? Yeah, the one that hit a few days ago was named Helene, and this one is named Milton. It's not the same storm, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, so with this in mind,
output multiplier do? I found one of these summer sloops earlier, and it looks like it goes in this slot. What does that do?
Yeah, so the output multiplier literally makes it so instead of making one item per minute or whatever, it'll make double that.
Oh.
Now, yeah, so an assembler, the one that has like one input, will take one summer's loop. The one that takes two inputs takes two. The one that takes three inputs take three summer loops.
Yeah, I'm looking at the manufacturer, which has 4 inputs, and it has a 4 summer's loop thing for the output multiplier. Very cool. Okay.
Yeah, but the summer's loops are pretty rare.
Yeah, I just happened to find one while I was going to find that mining vein earlier. So I was like, oh, I've got one of these. What does it do? But yeah, I'll just throw it in the community thing then.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like we've got 7 collectively now.
Oh yeah, apparently it also uses more power too when you do that, but that's probably to be expected.
We've got enough power at this point with Wells hooking up all that geothermal.
True. Yeah, the geothermal is carrying us. Oh, I just realized that these aren't lined up with each other. Dang it. So it's almost like I need to run a small trunk, branch, and then have that like plane into the main that's going down here. Okay. So let's do this. Yeah, I think I need to make the pipe. We need to figure out like where this is gonna be. Probably over here somewhere. I'm just gonna run this all the way down. We'll get this set up and then we'll start thinking about how we're gonna connect into this. It's really unfortunate we have this item thing like right in front of that. So we should be able to do something like, oh, this thing needs, we should be able to do something like this. Yo, that is not even close to what I was trying to do. Oh, that is in the wrong spot. I meant to do it over here. Guys, I know this is weird. Just trust the process, all right? I cannot see what's going on here. Is that on the right? Is that straight? I think it is. So this is wrong. This goes away. Okay, so the idea is we do this and then we use these guys like... Will that be able to connect if I do that? I feel like I won't. Maybe if I do it like this, it will. We can do that. That looks pretty good. Yeah, maybe this isn't gonna work like I was thinking. Okay, maybe where I had this pipe originally that I said was a mistake is actually the correct spot for this pipe. Maybe I'll do 4 per trunk. In fact, I think that is the way to do this. Yeah, let's see here. So those two should both be able to connect to that, and then we do the same thing here. What is this snapping to? I mean, that's in the right location. I don't know why it's snapped. Oh, is it because I'm looking? Oh, I'm not on the pipeline anymore. That's what's going on. It's snapping up here is what was going on. So I guess I could do that, snap it here, and then run the pipes. I didn't even think we could do that before. Well, this isn't going to go the way that I thought this was going to go. Then I'll just center that like right here. And then I should be able to go into here. Get rid of this. And technically get rid of this. Then we're gonna have the same problem here. Oh boy. I guess I gotta put another one like here. Just put them like back to back. This is gonna be kind of weird. I'm not sure. You can connect the main pipe down the middle. Yeah, that would actually work. Yeah, I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be. I'm not liking this. At first, I thought this was going to be smart. Then I realized the error. This all needs to go away. Yeah, if I move this... I need this like over here. Sometimes you just gotta try things, like they seem better in your head than when you actually get to them. And sometimes they don't work. That's how I learn anyway. Learn by doing. Might not be the most efficient way of doing things, but it's how I learn. Yeah, so trying to figure out how these are going to plane in is going to be a little weird. So I guess I'm going to have to do this and then put the things, which is not a problem. I really wish there's an easier way to deal with pipes in this game. Like, you could just spaghettify everything and just make it look like trash. But to, like, make it look nice, I wish there was, like, a way that was easier. Oops, I did not middle click what I wanted. This is going to be real difficult to do. Oh, I wonder, can I just do this? So that's actually snapped to the foundation and not the pipe. Yeah, that... Wait, no, that is off. Yeah, that is wrong. This actually needs to be scooched over by one. There's just not enough space there to like do this properly. There we go. Actually gonna delete this. So actually, I wonder if just snapping these is the way to go. Just snap it to the... and just rerun the pipes. This is probably the way to do it, honestly. Well, if I snap it, each, then I can click it into the right spot if I can't just quite mouse it into the right spot. Yeah. Yeah, nudging it into the right spot. That's definitely way easier. I'm just gonna have to redo all these pipes, which is fine. It's just a little annoying. But it'll make sure everything's straight in the right spot that I want it. Oh, there we go. Could mouse it in that one. Okay, now we can delete all these pipes and rerun them. Yay. Redoing things. The last pipe is not correct. Your username is not correct. Got him. I was gonna say your face is not correct, but I can't see your face. And that would just be like a weird comeback or a weird zinger, I guess. Is one of the pipes not correct still? I got it? Okay. I think we already did that. So that's this trunk should be correct. Should be. Just making sure I didn't forget to like delete a pipe somewhere and it's extending weirdly or something. No, I think everything's good here. So now we got to figure out how we're going to connect that. Well, let's get rid of this. This one is not needed anymore. Now we got to figure out how we're going to connect that to this, which Probably we'll just do down here at the end. Maybe, it'd probably be better doing it like right here. And the next thing that we need to do is paint all of these so we know like the difference. So this is all the heavy oil residue. Get painted. I kind of wish I could just click on it and have an option to like paint entire pipe network. Shouldn't that be an option? Not just the one thing you're looking at, but like the entire pipe network. That'd be hard to code? I'm not so sure it would be, because the pipe network knows like where all the fluid goes, right? So you just propagate the coloration to every single pipe that the fluid would be going to. I would think. I mean, I don't know how the game's actually coded. Maybe it doesn't work in such a way. Okay, I think we're good. So we have the oil inputs, we have the heavy oil residue outputs and inputs. I don't know if I need a valve here. I probably should get a valve, and I also don't know if I need to install a pump. So let's put a valve here. Just so like we're not backflowing, which I don't think really matters here, but just to be safe. So the fluid all enters this pipe from all these different machines and it exits this way and it can't backflow at all. What is this? Why is that yellow? Hello? Why are you yellow? That seems like a bug. I think it was purple before. And then I put that on there, which updated the pipe. Weird. I'm sure like once this thing gets going where I relog, it'll be fine. Okay, so the heavy oil residue enters these machines over here. And this is going to be making petroleum coke. So we have the fluid input and the item output. Sweet. Okay, so that's doing 120, 240, 480. Which is exactly what a tier 4 can do. Beautiful. So now we gotta get those connected up and then going somewhere. Let's see here. A thing I don't know. Can I put this here and then put a merger on that on a ceiling one? That'd be number 5, yeah? Merger. You can. Yeah. Did I make that a 4? I'm not sure. I might have to go back and redo that one. It is a 4. Okay. I need 4 belts coming out of this. I guess I should probably just update my... Oh, it got me. That's not what I want. Okay, we gotta redo this. We want the mergers pointed that way, but I need these facing a different direction. Default for face this way or something. Okay, now we merge it. The output this way. Then we belt it. Then I'll just leave that right like that because I don't know what we're doing with that just yet. Okay, so these, what did we have coming out of these? I don't remember. The pipes above need to be colored still? Did I not color? Why are these all colored purple? Oh, this is the output. This is what you're talking about. I understand. I understand. Okay. We good? Oil going in. Heavy oil residue coming out. Is that the only one that was like not colored? This one. Oil going in. Heavy oil residue coming in. I think we're good. I think everything's colored correctly now. The pipes look so clean, it's a shame they won't be seen. Well, if we ever have to come down here and work on it. Yeah, as far as this is going to be concerned, I'm not sure how we're going to do this. I don't know. Anyway, I was going to see like what the output was, the item output, because I don't remember. And then I got distracted by colors. Rubber. Okay. So we need to figure out where the rubber is going. Rubber, 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 rubber. So we could like have a belt come down this way and then have a belt come down that way and then merge it somewhere at the end. That might be what we do. And I'm fine with that. Like, we don't have to like have them all merged up to one singular belt here, as long as they merge up somewhere. And these are only outputting 20. I don't need a tier 4, but I'm doing a tier 4. Try and stop me. Go on, try and stop me. No, stop, don't. So we want merger. What? Oh, can you not place a merger? You can place it on these, but you can't place it on the ceiling. That's unfortunate. So how am I gonna do this? If I place a belt like so, then I can place the merger on the belt and that'll get it to where it needs to be, but this is rather annoying. Yeah, we'll probably have to do like scaffolding. I'm trying to do this like the most efficient way possible. It's being a butt. Is this lined up with the world grid? I actually don't even know. I don't think it is. That would be. This being lined up with the world grid doesn't matter a whole lot, except for the fact that I want to make sure I'm placing my things in the correct spot on these. This seems about right. Okay, so actually, I think I want this one closer. No, not you. Okay. No, I'm just thinking. If we were to do this, like, how bad would this clip? Like, is that gonna actually clip pretty awfully? Or is it gonna just sneak by and not look like it's clipping? Dang, if only. I mean, we could just do this, honestly. We could just do this. Guys, would it be shameful if I did this? Like, who's gonna unsub if I do this? I need a show of hands if you're gonna unsub from this channel. If I do this. I'm the only one who will know. Just cover it up and avert your eyes. True, we could actually lower this down. We could lower these down by one. We could do that. And then that probably will solve the issue. Merger. No, nice try though. Close, but not quite where I want you to go. Guys, that is amazing. Okay, well, I guess I didn't need the scaffolding then. I thought I did, but I don't. Not only is this clean, it's fast to build, which is like a double plus, right? It's like a double plus. I was gonna be really upset if that clipped. All right, so now we have rubber coming out of there into here. Look at that. Look at that. There's pixels. There's definitely an air gap. No clip. Perfect. What about the other 6? Look. Why did you have to bring that up? Why? Why did you have to do this? Now I gotta tear it all down. How am I gonna do that? We could... I don't know yet. Since this is right in the middle... Nope. Okay, I'm gonna get these all to like a central point and then we'll figure that out. I think right here probably makes the most sense. Because, well, I guess anywhere would make sense. But right here, it seems like we got some extra space and the ground comes up high. So we could probably sneak in a merger right here, like freehand it. I'll have to figure out like exactly where that's going to go, but I think we could probably make that work. Maybe we'll drop this one down and have it go this way. Then we'll have the output go here. Can we do this? Like, is this going to look awful? We're about to find out. Like, if I do this. Oh, that's clipped in there. Guys, just don't look at it. It's fine. Just don't look at it. And it'll be fine. If I do one of these here, it clips into the ground. Dang it. Okay, the other option, which might get this to work, is if we do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. We do that. We'll have like a little bend in our thing. This actually needs to go up just a little bit. Stop snapping. Why is there no button to like make it not snap? Like about there? Dude. What is happening? I'm like middle clicking on this thing. Okay, so this one would have to be turned around, actually. Oh, if I do that, that's gonna like make these kind of not in line anymore. Oh man, this is gonna be a little bit more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. If we had them all facing this way, then they would all be in line with each other. Put a splitter under the merger, connect the lift to make it super short, then remove the splitter. Wait, you can do that? You can make the lift even shorter than normal? I know you can do this. I didn't know that you could, like... No, you can't connect that. Oh, actually, it's because this thing's facing the wrong way, isn't it? Wow, I did not know you could do that. I learned something new. Today I learned. Today I learned. Okay, let's get this hooked back up the way it was originally. It was one click down. This guy here. Then we're going to put one underneath it with this here. Then we're going to do this. It's not technically in line, but I think we'll make this work. So now if I put a merger here. This is so jank, but I like it kind of. I should be able to do a belt. Right like that. This is so jank and I kind of like it. Now, obviously this gotta be a Mark IV. But... that looks funny. It does look funny. Alright, Bingster, we'll see you later. Could you please merger so the lift turns 90? Can you place the merger so the lift turns 90? I don't understand. I don't understand what you're asking. Or what you're saying. Not having the merger at the bottom. See, the thing is, these, in order to make this short, we had to have it connect to another splitter that was like right underneath this. And when you connect them, it's connected and you cannot turn it afterwards. Does that make sense? So like making this vertical lift as short as it is, because by default it's this size, and you can't really make it shorter unless you do this little trick that was just shown. Put bottom at same height but different XZ. Guys, we're really making this ridiculous at this point. Like, I would need something to snap that to. No. You know what? I understand what you're suggesting, and it is like too cramped and not worth my time. It is too cramped and not worth my time. Okay, So we have the output of, this is petroleum coke. Need a sign. Sign, label sign, display sign, label sign. And then this one. Let's call it coke, even though it's an iron ingot. Then this is going to be rubber. Okay. So that's my contribution to this build. We lifted it up by 1. And we ran all the pipes and all the underneath sections. And it is beautiful. It's beautiful. But we are like way past our normal playtime session here. We normally play for about 2 hours, and we've gone for about 3. I haven't finished setting up the 6. What do you mean I haven't finished setting up the 6? What is the 6? What do you mean? What haven't I finished setting up? Oh, I missed a belt here. Oh, did I not do... You're right, I did not do these. So we're not going to wrap it up just yet. I did that. This actually needs to be a splitter here. Or, I'm sorry, a merger. And we're outputting this way. Yeah, okay, so I need to bring these all down like 2 clicks. And then we'll just have like a little bit of a declining belt. It should be fine, I think. Hopefully it'll be fine. Oops. It's fine. Why is it doing that? Stop doing that. Oh, right, because I have this thing turned differently. Hold on. We can make this work. I have to like undo everything and swap these around, but we can make this work. This is important, everybody. The output's that way. And then why is it so hard for me to like middle click this belt? I don't understand. We need this on straight. I think it's the same either way. Okay, are we good now? We could fix this and lower these all down, but I'm not. I'm not going to do that right now. Maybe one day it'll bother me enough and I'll go back through and do it. But right now, it's fine. Mr. Joe.
Hey, Hypno. I'm just doing my proof of concept over here, but it's coming along.
I was just going to ask. Well, I guess I can look at the map. I was going to ask where you are.
Oh, yeah. I'm still working on the the heavy modular frame plant or whatever. What is it called?
Well, I don't even know where you're building that. Are you building it over?
I'm building it next to the
At the
existing
power
modular
plant.
frames.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I see. Okay.
Because so basically the existing modular frames were backed up anyway and just feeding into an awesome sink, as were the encased steel beams, which is 2/3 of what you need for this, right? Or not 2/3, but 1/2. The other things that you need are concrete. So I just overclocked the limestone miner, and because that was actually overflowing anyway. And then you need iron for steel pipes, and so I tapped a new pure iron source.
Okay. Yeah, I think there was one pure node there that wasn't being used.
Wait, there was a pure node here that wasn't being used? I ran it like half a kilometer over a lake.
I think there was one.
Really? Okay, that's.
But it's been a minute. Like we might have used it.
I think
Hopefully
we might.
not.
I think we're hitting all the pure nodes here. But yeah, so I've got things going at this point.
Okay.
It's not, the most efficient in terms of the layout, but in terms of a proof of concept, I have at least determined there are enough resources to run this factory without like bottlenecking on anything.
Oh, that's good.
So then from here, it's just a matter of, okay, we'll rewire it, but we know it works.
Yeah, I'm trying to head your way.
Yeah,
anyway.
if you want to head my way, you're gonna be shocked and amazed. This is, once again, very proof of concept and not very. I'm glad Asuma isn't gonna be joining the stream tomorrow because this will give me some time to fix it. It's not done, but it's functional.
So does that mean we got spaghetti everywhere?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely everywhere. Because the thing is, I have outputs from, basically, I tapped into the awesome sink overflow in each building to pull different things out of each building. And so what I need to do is build a combined, like, awesome sink overflow, like, sky bridge or something between all the buildings. But right now, it's just conveyor belts running everywhere.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure your stream is gonna laugh.
How do we? Oh, there's like a ladder. They like. Okay.
Let me see where you are on the map.
I'm like at a road, but I'm trying to get up to the road.
Oh, you are all the way up by the rubber and plastics factory.
Yeah, that's where I've been working.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were already on your way here. Yeah. No rush. Gives me a little bit more time to tidy. Well, real quick, while you're on the way over, I just had some tips roll in. I want to thank some people. So give me a sec.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. Chat. What did Joe do? How many of you guys have been watching what Joe's doing? Paschetti. I'm actually gonna make some paschetti for dinner tonight, and I should do that before the power gets knocked out here. I'm not sure if it will, but it's highly likely that it will.
Cool. Anyway, Hypno, yeah, I got everybody thanked. But yeah, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at like the surrounding buildings, and the surrounding buildings really have a certain industrial aesthetic that I don't think that my little pad area has. I think my area has more of a Rube Goldberg in a hurry vibe. Yeah, but it's all logically functional, so it's just a matter of taking that logic and reapplying it in a way that does not make me look like I've completely lost it and I'm drawing on the walls.
Well, Joe, you have an excuse though. This is like your first time playing. Well, not your first day playing, but
No,
your
it's
first
not my first day,
playthrough.
but this is my first playthrough of Satisfactory. I've never used a 4-input machine before,
Mhm.
so I've never had to think about how do you even get things to a 4-input machine, right?
Yeah, so we just got to keep that in mind. Like, you might not have made the most pretty thing, but if it's functional, that's something.
Yeah, I mean we're producing 3 heavy modular frames at a rate of 2.813 per minute. Which, I mean, we actually could overclock now that we're starting to back this up some. So maybe I'll just... So yeah, now it's at a rate of 7 per minute. These manufacturers are not fast.
The manufacturers are not?
No, I mean, like I said, this is... Without overclocking, it was doing 2.8 modular frames a minute.
Well, here's the other thing though. Like, how many of these are we actually gonna need?
Well,
like,
for those computer core, that you see that objective complete phase 3.
Yep.
Those 100 circle or sphere things on the far right, each require a few of these at least. I'm not sure how many. Heavy modular frames. Yeah, you need 1 for each adaptive control unit. It looks like. So we need at least 100 of them, and well, we already had 200, so
we're good. We're good.
We're replenishing those for later. And like in theory, those adaptive control units, we're gonna need those for something later. We don't know yet, because I don't think we've actually made a single one.
No, we haven't, because we didn't have any of the heavy modular frames. I mean, we had some, but we didn't like have a factory
process. Yeah, because right now we've got 200 in the dimensional thing, and then I've got a storage container hooked up to the dimensional thing, feeding in 132 more whenever we use the first 132. And there's another 50 in the dimensional uploader just sitting in the buffer. So yeah, we got 182 that I've produced today, it looks like.
So you got like concrete being stored. Oh, I see.
Are you over here now? I don't see
I am.
you. Yeah, so I've got 4 things. So basically, I've got a smart splitter taking the awesome sink overflow line from the first building, which was dumping out surplus concrete and encased beams, right? And
Where is this iron even coming from?
Which iron? There's multiple sources of iron, because after I ran that iron line all the way here from like across a lake a kilometer away,
yeah,
I realized that Wells just had this dead iron line that he just had a sign at the end that's like, yeah, I got an extra 150 iron ingots a minute or whatever.
Oh.
And so I just put a overflow splitter on that.
I thought we had like an extra iron node over here,
there might be. I didn't look for it. Wait, iron.
There was supposed to be like 3 pure iron nodes here. I know we're using 1 in this building.
Yeah. Yeah, I see all 3 of them have a check mark on them. Does that mean?
Right.
So that means that there's a smelter or a miner on them, but I don't know if it means that they're being used.
That's correct.
Is the concern?
Yeah, I don't know where they all are.
But either way, Wells was producing way more iron than he needed there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just grabbed the surplus of that. And if he needs that back, we've got the other mining operation set up long distance, bringing in ore from out of town.
I'm actually just kind of curious. I'm pinging real quick. Iron ore. Yeah, so there is 3 nodes. Is this one? Maybe all 3 of these are being used. They're like in each one of these factories.
Yeah, I think they're on the floor of each of these factories. Like I definitely saw one of them. One of them is there's a miner right here, miner Mark II. This thing's actually currently underclocked, or not underclocked, but it could.
Oh
be
yeah,
higher.
okay, yeah. Every one of these is accounted for. All right. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been over here, and like we had multiple people working on things, so. So, man, you got like a large storage here of everything.
Yeah, well, I've got a buffer for each of the 4 things that goes into it. Because I was like, okay, no matter how I'm going to ultimately need to have all 4 of these things feeding into this, right? So, well, this way, if I'm screwing with a conveyor belt or whatever, you know, upstream, there's some buffer to it.
Yeah, I hear you.
And that way also we can kind of see, like the modular frames are already backflowing. Like those weren't going into an awesome sink originally. They were just, that line was just dead. So,
here's a question for you. You have the concrete and the industrial beams coming in here, but what happens when the concrete backs up and then that belt backs up?
oh, like this container of concrete fills up?
Mm-hmm.
You know, honestly, I'm pretty sure that at the ratio that this uses the concrete to this, that might not be a concern. Because it uses 22 concrete for every... It uses twice as many concrete as steel industrial beams. But you're right, it does look like 6 times as much concrete is coming in as that. I'll just, I don't know, set up an overflow buffer. Something.
And then if we use those beams for something like making Mark IV pipes or whatever, then less is going to come through the overflow. I don't know.
Well,
just
like you said, though, this machine, too, is also not a high priority. We're not using a lot of these.
Yep.
So if this thing is only producing when we're not making a bunch of Mark IV belts, that's not the end of the world either. Because it'll favor the dimensional depot above this, for sure.
Yeah, concerns like that is why it's usually better to just tap your own nodes and like get your own process going for each factory. But yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, well, and like I said, this is not me. Like I tapped in after the dimensional depot, so this is all stuff that was just left over going to the awesome sink.
I hear you. Yep.
So for a proof of concept, you know, it's at least working in that way. But yeah.
Yeah, my only suggestion would be to put a smart splitter over here and like split the concrete from the other thing and run 2 belts out. But other than that, I think this is pretty good. I
mean, I'm the one that merged the 2 belts to feed them into the awesome sink in the first place, so I could just remove that merge point and then run 2 belts.
There you go. Yeah. That's like the only thought that I have here as far as like the inputs of your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, I got some more thoughts about the layout of it, but that's another thing.
How do you like the 45 degrees stuff? That's fun, isn't it?
It is different. It's kind of interesting, honestly.
Yeah, I was going for visually interesting, you know? So, yeah. I figure I want to give the viewers something that, you know, they wouldn't see on somebody else's Satisfactory stream. But yeah, I also, when I was running the line with the copper, or with the, what do you call it? When I was running the line with the iron ore, there was a copper thing over there too, like a pure copper node. So I was like, oh, I'll make some copper ingots in case we need them for wire or something later. I don't know.
Oh, so you have like copper being done somewhere?
Yeah, so I'm also smelting copper, because we're just pulling in. I've underclocked the copper miner.
Oh, I see. Every like 10th ore is a copper ore on this belt.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, I've got the capacity on the belt, and on the off chance, like, oh, we need a ton of wire later. It's like, well, I can just possibly run a second, more efficient belt. Because when I first ran this belt, I was literally like looking at the map, trying to figure out, okay, how do I line up with that building? So there's a whole opportunity if you come upstream here to the lake. There's a whole opportunity to run this whole thing better across the lake. And I could set up a second line for just the copper if we need it. I was also thinking, like, man, maybe I should just be constructing the steel pipes down there at the source, and then shipping those up.
Yep, that would probably be the...
So that's way more efficient in terms of belts and stuff.
Yeah, so generally speaking, in this game, you don't really want to run different materials on a belt.
Yeah.
So that's the second belt we got with like 2 different things.
I know. I mostly was doing it because I hadn't seen it done, and I was like, there are mergers and splitters, and it would be visually interesting to watch things get sorted. That was more. I was just kind of going for like more of an aesthetic than a pure optimal logic.
Okay.
But,
All right.
but yeah, no, I mean, it's fun seeing like, every few a little copper pops out. That's nice. You know, it's just something. A little bit of zazz for the kids at
I mean,
home.
we do have smart splitters, so there is that.
I mean, I feel like the smart splitter is underused from an aesthetic standpoint. Once again, from a logical standpoint, I should be doing this entirely differently. This is not justifiable, but you know, it's fun.
But as long as you're having fun,
Exactly.
that's the important thing.
Exactly.
All right, Joe. I think I am gonna get out of here. It's been
I need to go make dinner too, so please
a
don't
lot
raid
longer
me.
of a stream.
But,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Hip.
Yeah, no problem, man. We'll see you on the next one.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye. All right, chat. That's the Joe Hills difference. We'll go over to the main base over here. He's gonna want to have awesome things everywhere. Yeah, that's fine. He's figuring the game out. I don't want to be too critical of what he's doing. I'm trying to like nudge him in the right direction, but I'm not gonna shame him for doing things. Like, he's got a point. It is visually interesting. It's not the most efficient way of doing it. It's not how I would personally do it. But you know, he's learning. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody's got to make mistakes. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. I need to go make some dinner while I still got power on. Hopefully I don't lose power tonight, but I might. It's pretty strong probability. But yeah, that's it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you on the next one. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. Take care, everybody. Bye.